All right, since I got cut off on the last one, I do want to actually do a second video to talk about this last example of an opening paragraph, and then a couple of the quote integration examples. All right, these are important. I think it'll be helpful for you to see the process. Okay, so this one right here, it's on the right track but somewhat meandering, and it doesn't end with a theme statement like it should. Okay, it's close, but it's not quite. So the time we spent reading A Midsummer Night's Dream, it becomes apparent that the love between the four main characters is frowned upon. The other characters in the story are strongly disapproving of the love the four main characters want. They want to express how they feel without being shamed and be free to love the people they want to love. Their lives are planned out for them, and who they love is determined for them rather than having a choice on who they want to love. Due to this way of life, they run away in pursuit of true love, which allows characters to freely love the person they actually care for, and in so doing bring them real happiness where they aren't bound to hiding their true feelings. If the lovers were never to run away, they would never be at peace with the world, they would never be happy, and they would never find what they truly desire. So what's being implicitly stated here is that the laws of Athens and the opinions of other people are making it impossible for these four lovers to live truly by their heart and whom they love and who they really are. Okay? That's what's being implicitly stated here. It's that it's other people and societal expectations that are holding them back. And once they leave the society and go into the woods, suddenly they're able to be true to who they are and be with who they love, right? So that just needs to be explicitly stated, because right here, as is, it's almost just kind of like a summary. And so I want to know the so what. This is a great articulation of the what. And it's almost a statement of theme. It just needs to be more explicit, okay? And so this is what we come up with. In A Midsummer Night's Dream, Shakespeare tells the love stories of four lovers who have to fight for their romance because there are so many obstacles keeping them apart. Disapproving parents and friends, and unrequited love. While in Athens, the four lovers are not free to be together, to express how they feel without being shamed. Hermia, one of the lovers, is not even allowed to decide whom she gets to marry, and Helena, her best friend, is not free to pursue the man she loves. Lysander is told he cannot marry Hermia because her father disapproves. This lack of freedom stifles them, so they run away into the woods where they encounter magic and trickery, but are also free from the bounds of the rules and laws of Athens. This is a key sentence, okay? This is what transitions us away from the summary into a statement of theme. The lack of freedom stifles them in Athens, so they run away. And when they run away, they encounter freedom and chaos through magic and trickery, but they're free from the bounds of the rules and laws of Athens. Only in the woods can they freely express themselves and pursue the person they love. Only in the woods do the lovers find a path to happiness where they are not forced to be untrue to their feelings. If the lovers had never run away from the laws and customs of Athens into the lawless, chaotic woods, they would have never found the peace, happiness, or love that the play ends with. The lovers and their stories convey that the course of love never did run smooth, but it is still a worthy course to run because it leads to freedom and contentment. Okay, so there's a so what at the end, and that's what makes this one just a little bit more concise and specific, because it states the theme. Right? But the ideas were really good. Okay? And then quote integration. So example 1, I have an okay example, and then how we would make it better. So they decide to run away into the forest because they won't have to worry about their love being torn apart by Aegeus. Lysander states, "Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak the truth, I have forgot our way." He addresses that they are lost in the woods. This is where their love becomes foolish, as it made them run away from their homes and get lost in the woods. Their idiotic actions only begin as it has led to them to be infected with a sort of love potion. Okay? At the end here, we sort of lose our syntactical clarity. It's a little confusing. This right here is really just a paraphrase of what Lysander says when he says, "I forgot our way." It's not an analysis. It's just saying this is what the quote just said, and we want to avoid that. So to make it better, because I think this is an excellent quote to have chosen, we would just do this. To avoid Aegeus's punishment for their love, Lysander and Hermia impulsively, so that adverb is significant, it's making a claim, they do this impulsively, they run away so they can be together. But Lysander foolishly, see how one word basically is making an analytical claim, quote, forgot their way, and they grow, quote, faint with wandering in the wood. Because of their love for one another, they make an impulsive, foolish decision, connecting those two statements right there. Okay. Using the word impulsive and impulsively, and then foolish and foolishly is parallel structure, and it's really effective for making an analytical claim without thinking it through, and it ends up leading to more confusion in the end when Puck and Oberon get involved. Okay, this is more clear than here, right? These two sentences are confusing. These ones are very concise and clear. Example number 2. Oh, sorry, and the other thing too, instead of just saying Lysander states, I've integrated what Lysander says into my own words, right? So Lysander foolishly forgot their way, and they grow faint with wandering in the wood. You, again, would not know where the quote begins and my words end. And that's what we really want to go for when we're using quotes in this manner. Okay? Example 2, not quite right. Just a little more awkward than it should be, and there's actually no integration at all. Okay. He doesn't give Hermia a choice or say in this arrangement because it is what her father wants. And what is mine, my love shall render him, and she is mine, and all of my right of her I do estate to Demetrius. Okay. Just that's not integrated at all, so we want to fix it. Aegeus does not give Hermia a choice or a say in this arrangement because, as he says to Theseus, she is his, and all his right of her he does estate unto Demetrius, and not Lysander, whom Hermia loves. Those are some really good examples, hopefully that makes sense to you. I think the biggest thing is that we need to make sure that we're starting off with our intros and body paragraphs with analytical claims first, not evidence from the text. Because if we start with evidence from the text, it's kind of like this one here, where we mostly summarize, and we want to avoid that because we want it to be centered on the yellow, the analytical claim. And we want to circle back to it at the end, yellow, analytical claim, right? And that's for the body paragraphs, right? If you have questions, let me know. Honestly, I think you guys are doing really well. I know I'm a really harsh grader, so don't, if you guys are getting B's in my class, you're doing really well on the essays, okay? So keep that in mind. I miss hanging out with you guys and teaching you and laughing with you. I hope that this video finds you well and healthy and that your family is doing okay. As always, email me if you guys need anything at all. That's what I'm here for, okay? Hang in there.